Welcome to Tete-a-Tete, a head-to-head conversation about how to get more bang for your buck when utilizing flower bulbs in your garden landscape. And now, celebrating their 125th year as a family business, here are your hosts, Brent and Jay Hutchins.
Well, thank you, Harvey King, very much, and welcome to another edition of Tete-a-Tete. Today's date is July 21st, 2025. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sitting right across the desk from me here, I think you know this guy, the other co-host of Tete-a-Tete. It's Brent Heath.
Top of the morning to you, Jay.
Top of the morning. How are you?
It's a great day.
It is a great day.
I had a great time on WXGM this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Not with Harvey, but with
Neil. Yeah. What'd you guys talk about today?
Well, we talked about this week and our anniversary week and our party that we're throwing and all the specials going on in the bulb shop and a lot of other fun topics.
Well, that's a neat subject. Let's start there as opposed to jumping right into the horticulture world. Some of you may know that we are celebrating our 125th anniversary as a family business. We're kind of excited about that.
It is. I'm not 125 yet. Just close to 80, but anyhow.
Yeah, that was my joke. And we don't look a day over 95. But yeah, this is our Customer Appreciation Week to help celebrate that 125th. We've got a video that we've had produced and released, which you may have seen it on YouTube. But we're going to show that at a special event on Saturday. But all this week in the bulb shop, we have specials on different things, and you'll have to come in every day to see exactly what the special of the day is. But it's a very special week for us. We're going to wrap up the week on Saturday with a big party. Yeah, we can hold about 100 people.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, we're going to have about 100 people. Just go onto our website, reserve your spot. Now, if you're just now thinking of registering, it's great. We'd love to have you join us. However, the early people that registered, they are now entered to win a chance to get tickets to see Good Shot Judy that Saturday night.
My favorite band that we have at Flatiron Crossroads.
Yeah?
They play my kind of music. Big band and songs that I can relate to.
Sure.
I can't sing along, but.
And you know what's fun with Good Shot Judy? While they're playing, you can tell they relate. It doesn't matter. You could be 5 years old or 95 years old. And their fun, big band energy, it's like no other.
Well, it is. They come out into the audience and connect with people, and it's awesome.
There are a lot of really great bands, but some of them are fantastic musicians, but they don't perform.
Yeah.
But when you get people you get a band like the DeLoreans from last week, they perform.
They did indeed.
And Good Shot Judy performs.
Becky was out there for everyone for dancing. I got there twice.
Oh, good for you. Good
well,
for you.
I do slow dances because my two left feet don't work on fast dances.
Yeah, but Good Shot Judy is a great band. Big band music. Just top-notch entertainment. So this coming Saturday, what day of the week is that? I mean, what's the date of that? So today is what did I say, the 21st?
Yeah.
Like 25th, 26th? It's 26th.
Yeah.
26th.
Yeah.
So we're going to have our party. You can register for that party on our website. We do need you to register. But those that registered early and are present at the event, they will have their possible ticket drawn to win 2 tickets to see Good Shot Judy across the street at Flatiron Crossroads. They will win a gift certificate to Flatiron Crossroads that can be used for merchandise or anything behind the bar. And we have a gift certificate to the food truck, which is Gumbo's. And Gumbo's,
that's awesome food truck.
Gumbo's is one of the best.
A gourmet.
Yes, an absolute gourmet experience. Yes. And he can customize, depending on whatever event he comes to,
Right.
He then will tweak the menu to make it kind of fit the vibe
Neat.
of the whatever the spirit of this event is. And gumbos will be there, and so you not only get those tickets and 2 gift certificates, you're going to win some Flatiron merchandise. We're hoping to get our hands on some Good Shot Judy merchandise. You'll get some Brent and Becky's merchandise. And the biggest merchandise from Brent and Becky's that we can offer, we're going to offer that guy right there.
Oh, that's right.
You can have Brent come to your house for a private one-on-one consultation of your garden landscape, top to bottom, left, right, everything.
Something that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Because I get to come, and if you don't know all the plants in your garden and around your house, trees, shrubs, flowers, etc., I can help you to identify almost all of them.
That's great.
And then if you're having some issues in your garden, I hope I can help you to resolve those issues, and then recommend some plants that are particularly suitable for what you're looking for, and where to find them. But then I will invite you to come back here to Becky's garden to walk around with me so I can show you some of those plants, shade tolerant plants, for instance, or critter proof plants, or full sun or particular color. And then I'll take you down to my garden and show you the plants there in a different gardening situation. But hopefully I'll help to get you in the groove of gardening and having fun playing in your garden.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny. I wouldn't call myself Brent at all, but I do consult for mass plantings.
Yeah, and you do indeed.
And I will stand there and look at the landscape and determine where the sun's going to be, where the shade's going to be, what might be a young planted tree sitting there that might get taller in 5 years and begin to shade out a spot. I'll look for drainage issues. So it's either sun, drainage, or soil nutrition. Don't garden basic issues come down to those 3, or am I missing one?
They do indeed. If you feed your soil, everything will do better. Almost all plants' leaves are solar collectors, so they benefit from the light they receive. Some are shade tolerant in that the leaves are bigger, they have more of them to get the sunlight, or if they get the sunlight in the winter when the deciduous trees are dormant, and they do their work gardening, growing earlier in the season. So, but it's
those 3 things.
Yeah, and exposure also having to do with hardiness of plants.
Oh, I thought you were saying
whether it's north, south, east, or west, whether it's protected from those north and the west cold winds.
That's a good one.
And also bloom time is effective. So you want something to bloom at a certain occasion. You're having a wedding in your garden. Well,
and that's hard.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because the Lord keeps us humble by changing the weather and the seasons and the temperatures.
Yeah.
But we do our best to try to help you to figure out almost anything you'd like to do in your garden. Almost.
And that's when we usually recommend a combination or a mixture that begin, and there's sequential bloom.
And indeed.
You kind of hit that window of.
You bracket on either side of the date you want to do.
And we have some of those mixes in our catalog and on our website. Or you can create your own by going onto our website and saying early spring, early mid-spring, late mid-spring, late spring. Find those items and you just piece them together, plant them all together, and create your own mix.
So you do have the search engine
on our website.
So you can do color. And time of bloom, height,
and zones.
Okay.
Zones are important.
I think that's a valuable tool for people.
Yeah, I do too. And you know what? One of the best, I haven't given them a lot of credit, these plants I'm about to talk to you about. They have inched up in my list of favorite bulbs or tuberous rhizomes or whatever you're going to call them. But anemones, I don't know. We're going to talk about today anemones, which starting today on July 21st through the next Sunday are on sale on our website. So if you'd like to check these out, go to our website and type in the word anemone and search, and it'll pull up that genus that you can then click on and see everything we have to offer. But they seem to get better over time. I mean, the patches that we've got in the back, am I thinking but the red, white, and blues?
That has to do with the right plant in the right place.
Okay.
Because in other parts of the garden, they haven't done as well.
Okay.
So they're pretty specific about the drainage. And that's an elevated bed, even though Becky has heavy gray mottled clay with a high water table. It's an elevated bed that gives them better drainage, particularly during their summer dormancy. They want to stay on the dry side. So if they do stay wet and it's hot, they tend to catch a fungus and rot.
Okay.
And a little more specific zone-wise than most plants. They are hardy, typically up through zone 7, but again, in the right place, in the right situation. And when you plant them, they're one of the bulbs that benefits from soaking them overnight to rehydrate them.
That's the one.
Yeah,
okay.
Because the bulbs, when they are dug and stored, they are actually dipped in a wax solution, a plant wax that keeps them from desiccating while they're being stored.
That had an S in it. Desiccating.
Okay.
Not an F.
So in any event, they're interesting. And these are tuberous rhizomes.
Okay.
Which I just had to look up to get the definition. We call many plants bulbs that are bulbs, corms, tubers, rhizomes, tuberous roots. But these, that's their definition. And they're native to the Mediterranean region, typically. So they're native to southern European countries, Italy, Greece, etc., but on around the Mediterranean to Israel, Iraq, Iran, some of those countries that are more arid. So these are plants that work in arid climates quite well. So in California, they're amazing, where they have very dry summers.
So would they perform well in a situation like our rock garden, which is typically dry and hot?
And that's ideal.
Okay.
Where they get that great drainage.
You say they're an heirloom. How long have they been around?
Well, they've been recorded. What I saw was some 2,000 years.
Holy cow.
So, but they were probably brought here. If you're interested in period gardens, they were brought here probably in the 1700s.
Okay.
Because they're an easy bulb to transport dry.
Sure.
And so we did bring some bulbs with us. Ladies coming to a new land of opportunity wanted to bring something living from their home to their new home. And from southern Mediterranean, they probably brought with them some anemones. And they do naturalize when they're happy.
Now they're nice and tiny, so they could have taken a little sack of some sort and put a bunch of those in there.
Or in the hems of their skirts.
Or in the hems of the skirts.
And naturalize is a term that actually physically means the bulb, non-native bulb, reseeds and spreads. So they do spread by seeds. They do multiply by division as well. So when they're happy, you can get clumps of them that will be there for years to come.
Okay. Now, I did notice, as much as I love the displays that we have with the combos of the red, white, and blue together, which makes a great patriotic garden.
And indeed it is.
Yes. I've noticed, though, when they do brown out, when they begin, some of the earlier blooms begin to brown out, it's pretty significant. And deadheading, would that be important?
Well, deadheading also helps them to bloom again.
Oh,
so they're cut and come again.
How about that? Okay.
And when I use the term cut, they are great cut flowers, but actually you don't cut them.
Okay.
You pull them away from the rhizome or tuber.
Gotcha.
And they're long lasting. The Anemone coronaria is the cut flower one.
Okay.
Anemone coronaria. And actually, that Greek word means wind or breeze. So the nickname for these plants are wind flowers.
Oh,
But they are wonderful for those reasonings. They're extremely good cut flowers and are available on the cut flower market, the commercial market.
okay.
And do pull them away when you get in. They do have hollow stems, so you do want to put them in water as quickly as possible, and they will last for a week or so in a vase.
Are they similar to daffodils, where the closer you get down to the
Yes.
corm?
That is true.
Okay.
Daffodils have hollow stems also, and if you got a white bottom, it will hold moisture in the stem better.
Okay. All right, cool. Now, you did mention soaking before planting. How long
Yes.
do you soak again?
And overnight
Overnight.
is sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah. And you want to plant when the soil cools, typically to about 50 degrees, something like that.
Okay.
So in our zone 8B, 7, 8B, 8A, 7B,
Dependent. Yeah.
that's typically about, or where's zone 8A here? No, that is typically about, last week in October, when the nights begin to cool, your soil will begin to cool.
Okay.
And you can plant right up into December in our zone 8. Now, in the cooler zones, you want to plant your anemones in the spring. So below or above zone 7, you'll want to plant in the spring when the soil warms up and is no longer freezing. But you do want to plant when it's still cool. They root best when the soil is in the 50 to 60 degree range.
Okay. And they'll bloom in the spring?
And they'll bloom in the spring. But again, soak them first.
Yeah.
Now, they can also be forced in greenhouses. It's a little more touchy. You've got to make sure you do not overwater. Too much water after they've rooted will cause them to catch a fungus and rot. So watch the foliage. And, we kill plants with kindness by overwatering.
Mm-hmm.
They do need some air in the soil around the roots also.
Okay. Now, should you do anything? What about pests? You should protect them?
Do you know what? It's one of the most critter-proof plants, like daffodils, except the toxins in them are a bit different. They do taste terrible. You don't have to worry about kids eating them or pets eating them, but they are toxic to critters. They'd have to eat large quantities like the daffodil, but the critters do leave them alone.
Okay. Well, that's the great thing about daffodils is that critter proofness. So this one is great.
Yeah. Now,
so sun and drainage, if you've got that,
you've got it.
You've got it.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about several aspects of them. They're incredibly good pollinator plants. When you walk by the anemone patch, you'll see the early butterflies there. You'll see bees. You will see any of the early pollinators. And in particular, we haven't talked about the smaller cousins, the anemone blanda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's distinguish the two of those.
Yes, indeed. So coronaria, meaning crown, blanda, meaning smaller in stature. They're only 2 or 3 inches tall. They're a bit hardier than the Anemone coronaria. Probably I've found that in my garden, they're better perennials. They're longer lasting. And they are great carpeting plants. Now, as with most bulbs, you plant them typically about 3 times the height deep. Well, those little anemones are, a half an inch in diameter and maybe not an inch in circumference. So that's about 10 bulbs to the square foot. The coronaria, the big ones, are larger and typically 5 to 7 bulbs per square foot. Now, most bulbs go pointy end up. When it comes to anemones, though, they need to go a little differently than pointy end up. Most people load the dishwasher and they don't put dishes in flat,
Right.
but they turn them on edge. And
Yeah.
the same is true with anemones, because it's hard to tell top from bottom. You don't want to put them upside down.
Mhm.
So you put them on edge, for sure, the roots go down and the tops come up. Okay. If you were to happen to put them upside down, they may still work all the way around and come up, but it'll take a lot more energy from the bulb and the flowers won't be as good a quality.
Gotcha. Okay. Great tip.
So,
Planting them on their side.
yes.
So Anemone coronaria, bigger
Yes.
and
yes.
a better cut flower.
Yes, it is, because longer stem, quite good, long lasting in a vase.
Okay. And Anemone blanda.
Anemone blanda, much more diminutive, only 1 to 2 inches, 3 inches maybe tall. It's more shade tolerant than most.
Okay.
It forms carpeting sorts of mats that are wonderful as a ephemeral ground cover,
Okay.
because it goes dormant in May when it gets warmer.
Mhm.
But excellent for pollinators. They are amazingly drawn to it. They are wonderful. The honeybees in particular, our beehives that we have, they're carpeted with honeybees in
Wow.
the spring, and more cold hardy than the anemone coronaria.
All right. Not as great of a cut flower.
Not as great.
Okay. But same color combos or?
Well, they don't have red, but they do have a lovely form of pink. So blue, pink, and we do sell both as mixtures also.
Okay. Yeah. So beautiful individually or together as a mixture for that really nice bright color combination. It really lights up a spot in the garden.
It does indeed. And the great part is critter proof for both of them.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I think that's going to wrap us up for today as far as discussing anemones, coronaria, and blandas. Brent, thanks for your time.
And thank you. And I look forward to next week.
All right. We'll see you guys again on the next Tete-a-Tete. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for joining us today on Tete-a-Tete. You can subscribe to this program by finding us on your favorite podcast platform like iTunes, Spotify, and more. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search for Brent and Becky's. Until next time, let's get out there and make the world more beautiful. We'll see you next time on Tete-a-Tete.